has been a dummy. Let me give you just no information on what we're about to watch, but just my interactions with Xanderhal. He has been, if you've never seen him, I mean, we'll go into it. I'm sure we'll see clips and stuff. He's like a liberal, sort of like progressive-y, sometimes guy, kind of edgy, young guy that has had a lot of drama since he decided to turn on the fucking streaming camera. Oh my God. And like every time that I've interacted with the guy, it's been like he's just cringe. He just comes across as a young guy that doesn't like handle anything very well and probably shouldn't have done this job. Anyway, he blocked me a while ago because I agreed with a bunch of people that he should have put a trigger warning and like covered the content up just on a tweet. It was like it wasn't like that it wasn't that deep. It was just like, hey man, yeah, I do agree that some people are upset that you're retweeting this thing because it's showing like violence against a woman, and it was like pretty fucked up. And he just was kind of like, throwing it at people in a way that was kind of hard to avoid. And people were just like, hey man, content warning would be nice. And that was it. And then he got really mad at everybody and blocked us all. It was super weird. Yeah. It was a woman being stabbed to death. But yeah, it was fucking crazy. Anyway, or don't share it at all. Right. I mean, it was the way that he did it. Not that like he was like, this is bad, but it was like, he didn't say anything. Like he didn't offer anything. So it was just like virtue signaling for retweets or whatever. And everyone kind of felt the vibe and didn't like that. So yeah, screen cap it and censor it. Right. Yeah. Something. Anyway. So that's my interaction with Xanderhal. He's blocked me. And the other interactions that I've had have been with his former editor, Cherry, who will be talked about in this, who has been in the past pretty, in my opinion, wacky on behalf of Xanderhal many times, thinking that, like, literally, I don't talk about Xanderhal or give a fuck about Xanderhal. Many of you are asking, who's Xanderhal? Because you watch my shit and don't watch his. Like, I agree. Came into, like, my mentions talking about, like, oh, we're talking about Xanderhal's sex cult allegations, which I never fucking did. Or like, you guys watch the show, who cares? Wouldn't give a fuck. That wouldn't be on my fucking radar, man. Anyway, Xanderhal was like mad at me, and Cherry was too. But I assume that that's not the case anymore because she doesn't like Xanderhal now. But whatever. Here it is. The drama you've all been waiting for. Fucking Xanderhal being a dummy and not treating people correctly.
My lovely...
I used to watch Xanderhal and he got too cringe. I think it's so funny that you think he got too cringe. What I think actually happened is that everybody has like a capacity for cringe that they're able to like carry. Kind of like a big iron cauldron that slowly fills with cringe water. And then it was just like too heavy for you to carry and you're just like, nah, fuck this, not worth it. And then you just moved on. I think we all have our thresholds. I think he's always been cringe, personally. Anyway.
The lovely imps. If you are here watching this right now, chances are you have already seen my previous video.
So we're watching this. I said it at the beginning of the stream, but I might as well say it here because it might be a video. This is DemonMama's channel. DemonMama, friend of the show. If you want to go support DemonMama and watch this is currently right now still live. But if you wanted, I'll put the link into the chat. Here's a link to the video that you guys can go check out if you want to get to, like, this is firsthand. I'm third right now. I'm third hand information. So I'm just gonna be reacting to this. So if you just want if you want to raw dog this, go for it. She deserves your view anyway.
On the evolving nightmare situation with Xanderhal, another content creator on this strange and weird website.
Speed it up just a tiny bit.
If you're watching this live, you may have been here last night. If you have not seen any of this, you should go watch the video. The video will be up on my channel and is currently up as a live stream VOD with beautiful timestamps.
We do not need to do that.
That I recommend you go.
You can go do that.
Watch it because I talked about a lot of different things today. However,
that's why I gave you the video link. If you want to go deep dive this, go for it. I'm just here for this.
We have to talk about a little bit more. You see, for the last 7 months or so, actually almost 8 months now, me and many other people have been more or less satisfied to go our own path. Back in December, behind closed doors, in private, a bunch of horrible shit went down between me, Xanderhal, Xanderhal's editor, and a couple of our other mutual friends, and also the proprietor and leader of the platform on which we all stream, White Nervosa.
White Nervosa doesn't like me because I'm an anti-theist? Blocked me because I'm an anti-theist?
And what went down was one of the most unhinged, selfish, and childish mental breakdowns that I have ever witnessed from Xanderhal. And all of us who are who were very close friends with him. And when I say very close friends, I'm going to summarize for those of you who haven't seen my previous discussion on this. I personally flew down to California, and myself, because Xan doesn't drive, I drove Xanderhal all the way up the West Coast to his new home, helped him move out, helped him move in. I have helped taking care of Xan while he is sick. I have spoken to him when he is feeling down. I have talked him down out of panic situations. I have gone and done wellness checks on him. I have taken him to dinner. I have gone and done things. We are real world, actual friends.
Wow. I feel this on a personal level suddenly. Yeah, I've been there too. There's a little solidarity here.
And in December, he not only torched his relationship with me, he torched his relationship with Cherry, his editor, who was the lifeblood of his channel. And I need you to understand just how much of the lifeblood Cherry was. Cherry produced all of his episodes and outlines. Cherry edited all of his videos. Cherry took care of his finances to a great degree. Almost all of his financial paperwork was handled by Cherry in some way or another.
Insane.
His thumbnails were created by Cherry. His channel management was done by Cherry. What Xanderhal does is get on his TV, on his desk, and turn on the camera. That's what he does, okay?
That's fucking crazy. I mean, you know, he has little boy vibes anyway, like immature fucking, you know, young guy doesn't know anything. And he absolutely seems the type. But I mean, one would assume that was probably something he would be more likely to lay on like a girlfriend, but then they broke up. But then like Cherry had always been, in my opinion, pretty weird about Xanderhal. Like it seemed like an unrequited kind of thing. I don't know if it's true, but like very stuck to him and like kissing his ass all the time, and very like his biggest shooter. Maybe it's just because she was so invested in the work or something. So maybe it was like just the personal stakes involved, and maybe it didn't have anything to do with like their connection or whatever, or friendship. Whatever it was, I guess I shouldn't speculate, but I mean, like, they've both been fucking weirdos to me, so it is what it is. He was financially abused by his ex. Yeah, so I mean, like, this is what I mean. Like, he just comes across as an immature guy who wants to be really taken care of by people around him, but still thinks that he has, like, he's, like, sanctimonious and thinks that he can just, like, fucking, like, I don't know, take advantage of people. Really stupid.
And Xanderhal, as I detailed last night, berated, abused, insulted, and took money from his own best friend and the lifeblood of his channel for somewhere in the ballpark of 3 years. Cherry had carried his channel. Jeez. But it wasn't just that. It wasn't just Cherry. It was a bunch of other people that he freaked out on as well. He freaked out on White Nervosa. He freaked out on me. This is a very quick and short summary of the stuff that went down, but I highly recommend you go watch my longer stream where I go into all of this on detail and reply and explain how we got to this point. Because I'm not going to explain how we got to this point now, outside of a very broad stroke. All of this shit went down in December. And when that went down, I talked to him in private. And
Yeah, you know how, like, that's how it's been going? Like, anytime real drama happens, there tends to be, like, between, like, streamers and stuff. If it's real drama and not just, like, fucking they're stoking drama, like, usually it'll be like, oh, this happened months ago and now it's coming out. And you can tell, like, she seems actually upset.
I told him what I thought, which was that I thought that he was being out of line. I kept it very blunt, but kind. I was not mean to him. And he began to plot to burn me. Now, for a lot of people who aren't familiar with Xanderhal's language, or who might not be familiar with the language of weird drama internet spaces, when somebody says they're going to burn you, it means that they're going to do whatever they can to destroy your reputation and take down your channel. That's what he wanted to do. At that point, I said, I'm done. I am not going to associate with this person. I don't trust this person anymore. It's a real shame. My dog is barking downstairs. You can probably hear that.
I don't blame you for being like, I'm done now.
Anyway, yeah, Yodi's barking downstairs. Sorry about the barking. It actually cheers me up a little bit. Yeah, so at that point, I said that I don't trust this person anymore, which was a real shame, because Xan was somebody that I treated as a friend, that I had traveled. You can actually go on my Shorts channel right now, and you can watch us vlog our trip together, okay? It was really disappointing, and it was hurtful. I felt like I had been discarded as a friend because I dare disagreed with him, and I'm going to show you the full extent, okay? But first, we have to do just a little bit of explanation, okay? We have to explain why I'm doing this stream today, like specifically. And that's because after my stream last night, Xanderhal decided to go live today. Now, I want to remind you all that at the end, if you haven't seen it for the first time, at the end of my...
Again, the 2 streams in a row because the other person has to stream now? Yeah, okay.
Stream last night,
yeah.
I addressed Xanderhal as personally as I could. And I reminded him that all of us remember what he did and that he knows what he did. There is no way that he can deny what went down in December. But today he tried to do that. And I think the reason for that is because I believe he's come to think that he is invincible. I believe that he's come to think that he lives in a world that is without repercussion, that he lives in a world where he can say and do whatever he wants about anyone, even people who have been loyal to him, even people who have been true friends to him. I think that he thinks that he's created himself a little bubble where he's surrounded by little minions. And I think he's wrong about that. But ultimately, it's kind of going to be up to his community to decide whether or not he's wrong about that. Because if his community is willing to see the truth and look the other way, then I guess he's right. I guess he does have a little bubble of people who will listen to whatever he says, no matter how false it is.
That's definitely going to be true, no matter what. There's always going to be fucking weirdos. But I've found that, frankly, through drama, as long as it's like, in my opinion, as long as I'm not seeking drama and the drama just happens because I have a genuine disagreement with somebody, I don't care, right? So like with the Hannah situation for me, right? I mean, she crossed lines and she broke trust, and we gave her, as a friend group, fucking our boundaries, I guess, and she didn't fucking respect that, right? And she never made right, and she wanted us to just not fucking bring it up or whatever. And it took us a year instead of 6 months or whatever. So, I mean, that was a little bit different, though, because there was, like, sexual harassment involved. I don't know if that's where this is going to go, but I do know that this involves, like, actual, like, verbal abuse and shit, so,
So let's watch him do it. Let's talk about it. Let's watch some of the clips from his stream today. Here we go. This is the first clip from his stream today. This is a 2-minute and 40-second clip. So don't you dare claim that anyone's being clipped out of context. We got a 3-minute chunky clip here. Let's have a listen in Zan's own words to what he has to say.
According to DemonMama, you completely blew up at Cherry. That's a really bad look, not gonna lie. Sometimes me and Cherry got stressed out and would yell, but like, no more than just general like friend arguments and stuff. We also had a tendency to spam things at each other in all caps.
Dude. So I've seen the screen caps. Spam things at each other in all caps. He is trying right now to get out ahead of, like, the caps that came out. So dumb, dude. In fact, that's cap, as they say.
The Walter White meme. Walter White in the car. Have you tried reaching out to Cherry, not on stream, to talk to her? Like, she blocked me out of nowhere. Like, the Cherry blocking me thing was for no reason, to be clear. Like, we were completely chill.
It's for no reason. Keep all of this in mind, okay? I'm going to replay the beginning just so this is in your mind. I need you all to remember exactly what he said. We're going to just replay this, and then we'll continue the rest of the clip. Let's listen to that beginning part one more time.
According to DemonMama, you completely blew up at Cherry. That's a really bad look, not gonna lie. Sometimes me and Cherry got stressed out and would yell, but like, no more than just general like friend arguments and stuff. We also had a tendency to spam things at each other in all caps.
Dude, that's so fucking Weasley. And then he has to, like, he doesn't even realize he does it, but he's like, and then I fucking lie my teeth through that. I gotta take a hit, de-stress from that particular fucking just bold-faced lie.
The Walter White meme. Walter White in the car. Have you tried reaching out to Cherry, not on stream, to talk to her? Like, she blocked me.
Big hit of coke.
The Cherry blocking me thing was for no reason, to be clear. Like, we were completely chill, and then out of nowhere, they just, like, say, I'm gonna block you before you block me, because at that very moment, DemonMama was doing her stream. Like, it's...
That's a lie also, by the way. Small lie, but still a lie. I was not doing my stream.
Dude, look how I like the streamer boxes that's happening here in the little presentation we got. Oh, we're also streamery.
At that moment. In fact, I know when Cherry blocked Xan, and it was after Xan blocked me, which I had just DM'd him, which was like a full day or more after my stream. He's just an idiot.
It's not worth like giving attention to, because any like
we're very
disagreements
online.
that Cherry had with me, they were fine with until DemonMama called me out.
Wrong! You... Remember how I...
This is not... Okay, frankly, if you can have arguments in your little fucking office cubicles because Jan... And I've been here. Because Jan doesn't fucking restock the staples, okay? We can talk about this, all right? We're valid, okay? Streamer beef is valid, okay? But let me be the judge of streamer beef because I have the best moral compass, all right? Let me be your beef court judge. Beef court. Beef court. All right, here it is. You know what? I'm just gonna start beef courting. I don't even care. Get me a gavel. I don't have a gavel. I'm gonna force it on the world. I have become beef court. It's beef court time. Find me drama. I'll decide who's right. Find it. I will fix it.
Oh, I said. No. Let's continue.
Beef court.
And on top of that, like any unfinished like agreements or business stuff was already in the works of being dealt with and hashed out.
No, it was not, and I will prove it.
Cherry's just blocked me and like cut me off. So how am I supposed to do that?
Bro, I want to pass the fuck out. What is the music? I feel like I want to sleep in an elven glade.
So unfortunate.
Well, I like the beat though.
You already got clipped and is on Twitter using your non-response as a
No, but I
response.
still want to
Like,
sleep. It's
the
too sleepy for me.
fact that you guys in real time can witness me getting clipped dishonestly is all you need to see to know how they're playing this.
So real quick, do you think this is a dishonest clip? Does anybody watching think this is a dishonest clip? We started at the beginning of him
Teach
talking
me,
about it, and he has
Daddy.
now finished his statement and is moving on to another statement. You think this is a dishonest clip? Because I don't know how you could make an honest clip if this is a dishonest clip.
True. Corned beef is in session. Well, you know, you could. I don't like corned beef. It's just beef court. How dare you?
But he loves to call everything
Side of corn.
a dishonest clip. It reminds me of serial liars. Now, he issued a lot of lies in this statement. And one of the ones that feels both like a deep lie and incredible stupidity is the idea that the people who were mad at him were okay with it. No one was okay with it. We all told him in December how out of line he was, excessively. We went above and beyond. Last night, we read White Nervosa's public thread at the time, stating clearly just how not okay with it everybody was. See, what he's confusing with everybody
Yep.
being okay with it is people saying, that's it, we're done with Xan, and walking their own way. And he couldn't let it alone. He's been taking pot shots at all of us.
You knew. Okay, but let's be fucking real. Xanderhal was always gonna make videos about any interpersonal drama with any fucking streamers. Are you kidding me? I mean, who knows what he'll do? He thinks people are against him when they don't even give a fuck about him. Of course, the people who actually don't like him are gonna be like part of his rotation. This is definitely look. Hey, maybe you look. People who are friends with the guy maybe gave him the benefit of the doubt. This is absolutely, you know, what I expected. This guy's like that. He loves to make drama shit.
He had it good. He doesn't even recognize that people took the high road and said, you know what, Xan? You were a fucking asshole. You were a fucking freak, but we want to move on with our lives. He couldn't take that. And now you understand why we're here. But let's continue, shall we?
Right? Like this, it's not worth paying attention to. It's a very small bubble of people that are mostly relevant in a small.
Pay no mind to the abuse that I did to others and that I'm now lying about. It's not worth paying attention to. Just keep giving me money for my stream so I can stream lazily from a mold-infested basement.
True though.
Bubble of Twitter, which is itself a shrinking bubble as well, that are very, very mad that I have the capacity to be the better person and just move on from petty bullshit. Like,
Wait, does Xan think? I guess maybe is he big time or something? Like, he's like a lib, man. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's doing okay.
Just you wait. We got 30 seconds left and I'm gonna hit you with it.
this. People who want you to get like, have you ever been in a situation like this, chat? Just like, not even referring to like drama online or anything, but have you ever been in a situation where you just decided early on in like a disagreement with somebody that you were going to be above it? Like you're going to be above.
What a fucking dork. Shut up.
You're going to take the high road. And you
Taking the high road is taking pot shots at the people who said that they wanted nothing to do with you and haven't shot at you at all. I haven't taken shots at Xan. Vosh hasn't taken shots at Xan. Cherry hasn't even taken shots at Xan. But you know who has taken shots at all those people? Fucking Xan.
taking the high
True. That's exactly how he is. Xan said he wanted Trump to win just so it pissed people off. That is so Xanderhal, dude.
road upset
Damn, this is so familiar.
the other person, and they desperately try to get you to take the low road and get down to their level. Yep. Yeah, I've seen that. Yep. Yeah. That is what's happening right now, and I am refusing to do it. I am refusing to take the bait.
Uh-huh.
The bait being confronting the truth of what you did while you lie excessively on your channel.
Fucking true.
Do you see why I am so fucking angry?
Just a liar, dude. I've seen the screenshots. We're gonna see him in this.
Me and Cherry would get angry and spam jokes at each other, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? This is from November, okay? The beginning of this saga, all right? This is a message from Xanderhal to his own editor, Cherry, and I will be able to provide at the end of this a video of this recording, so there is no denying that these exist. I'm gonna read these out, but just know that for the near future, these are Xan's words, okay? Xanderhal says on November 27th, 2023 at 7:21 p.m. Okay, so I think that I'm fucked. Still no money and it does not show as pending in my bank account. The number was wrong, confirmed. The 4K went to some rando. It has to be stopped. Cherry, ASAP, emergency, fuck, homeless. I am now homeless, Cherry. Why? Answer now. Please, I'm gonna be homeless. Cherry. Cherry, V. I have never been paid by PD before, according to all my bank info. Not ever before. Cherry, answer now. I will be homeless starting tomorrow. Cherry. Okay, we're buying my ticket back to California now. Thank you for completely ghosting me tonight. I'll never forget it. Never. The only way for me to save me is for PV to pay me everything they owe me. I have never received a single payment, not one. I am fucked. Cherry, answer now. Cherry, you have fucking killed me. Why? Please just answer. Please. Answer now. I have messaged Brianna myself. When you are back online, we need to have a conversation about your future employment. If I am saved, it will be no thanks to you.
Dude, what a psycho. Have you ever had like a boss like this? You need to fucking get help.
I am fucked. It is your fault for not making sure they paid me. You swapped the fucking numbers and they weren't able to pay me because of that. Here's the email that shows that there was a slight typo. By the way, just for context, that issue was resolved very, very shortly. But let's continue. Not the 4K is on its way to some fucking guy now. I am waiting. I want you to know, all of these occurred within approximately 40 minutes. Okay, this is now 8:09. I want you to know that if I have to fly to California tomorrow, I cannot bring my PC. I will not be able to afford your pay. Your job will not exist anymore tomorrow because you wouldn't message me back.
Dude, he's fucking using employment as some kind of bullshit. Just keeps using like, hey, you're gonna fucking be poor or something if I am. Like, you do not have to be such a fucking lunatic.
This is still salvageable, but time is now slipping away, and if you're asleep and see this in the morning, it's already too late. I am now in hot water with Brianna because I look bad for having you handle this shit while I was busy. You were the one who got me to join PV. I told you I would be too busy to handle this stuff, and you said you would. I have now paid another $250 so my mom could reschedule her flight and extend her rental car for the week. My lease still ends in 25 hours, but I won't be stranded here without her when I get kicked out. I could have locked in this house hours ago if you were fucking awake to send me the W-9 and pay agreement from PV to verify my income. You fucking fuck. I would have had the place and been moved in by now, you motherfucker. You were the only person holding this whole process back, you fuck. If I end up being made homeless tomorrow because the place gets nabbed up by tomorrow and I'm stuck living with my abusive mom again and my fans ask why I'm back where I started, I will make sure that they know that it is because of you.
Ooh. He's just so pre-embarrassed. Like using his abusive mom as Cherry's fucking fault? Like, what the fuck?
Now that is one.
Unhinged.
Okay? That is one of many blow-ups that Xanderhal had starting in November and proceeding into December. Okay? Him screaming and blaming everything on Cherry, things that were often immediately resolved, him flipping out. Now, there's another little piece of context that I can provide here that won't be reflected in these DMs, which is the fact that the reason why Cherry didn't pick up in the course of 30 minutes is because Cherry was sleeping after having just pulled an all-nighter for Xanderhal, editing his videos because Xanderhal was previously freaking out and saying that the channel was going to die because he was having trouble recording content because of a bunch of bullshit that happened with his move, which was his fault. Just real quick, I want you to know that these DMs are real. So I'm going to show you a screen recording that was taken of these DMs, just so we can have the proof here, the facts, the incontrovertible facts of the situation.
I don't know how you can be Xanderhal and be like typing those words and think that like Cherry's response was supposed to be anything other than like, yes sir, oh thank you for this employment, I couldn't get $500 a month anywhere else or whatever. Like, fuck you, dude.
We can watch it together. Ready? Here we go. Hey, look, there's him freaking out, swearing, screaming, insulting, degrading, threatening Cherry. Look at that. Look, we even censored out the private information of others. Look at that. Here's all the calls that they had in the following days, repeated calls, Cherry trying to call and make sure. Now, keep in mind, I need you to be aware of one thing, which is that Xanderhal was not in extreme financial danger, and Xanderhal was berating his employee, who he repeatedly had issues paying. Xanderhal has a channel, a Patreon, a bunch of different pieces of income that brings him money, which Cherry does not have. Despite the fact that Cherry, as a friend and as a very hard worker, because keep in mind, Cherry wasn't just an employee. Cherry was a friend who became an employee. They were working on this together. And when I say became an employee, I mean an employee that did everything for Xan, okay? The channel would not have existed if it wasn't for Cherry. Now,
so fucking classic.
So in just a few days later, actually I should say just 2 weeks later, approximately, on December 17th of 2023, approximately 2 weeks after this berating, exploding event happened, here is a conflict between Cherry and Xan. Cherry says, you probably won't even pay me this month. Xanderhal responds, why do you think I won't pay you? Xan says, tell me why you think I can't and how it makes me bad. Notice the manipulative language already being used there.
Cherry, like debate broing is fucking
He says, you didn't last month. Xan says, why? Say it. Why couldn't I pay you? And how does that reason make me an asshole? I'm going to get evicted at the end of this month at this rate, Cherry. We have not made enough money. I cannot change that.
You can't withhold payment from her because you don't have enough money. That's your fault. You can't admit to not paying her twice.
This was him 2 weeks later, after cooling
We're currently watching Xanderhal drama.
down, okay? After he got his money resolved, okay? 2 weeks later. And he's still trying to blame Cherry for it and hold it over Cherry's head. For his channel, his income. This is his money that he made Cherry take care of. And he says, oh, it's your fault because you did it wrong.
So fucking juvenile.
If he didn't have the money to pay Cherry, then he should have said, we're pausing content for now, or I'll edit myself. Or
Exactly.
he could have done something that a real human would do, which is that they would say, listen, we're hitting some financial high ground. Do you mind if I pay you in the future? I'm extremely sorry, okay? Now you'll notice there's nowhere here is there an apology for him actually not paying the person who is doing literally everything for his channel. Not only is there not an apology, he's saying it's Cherry's fault.
Yeah,
I want to show you
super
something
wild
else,
shit.
okay? This is a progression. This is 3 days after that incident, okay? 3 days later, this is a conversation between Cherry and Xan. Cherry says, I have been your #1 supporter for 2.5 years. I'm worried that if I don't agree to this, you're going to hurt me. This is where we start the discussion around the so-called nuke. Xanderhal says, I'm not Keffels. Cherry says, you talk about wanting people to die a lot. Xanderhal says, a lot of people need to die, to be fair. Cherry says, yeah. Xanderhal says, we're still friends, right? Like, you want to see my dog and stuff.
What? What? Like, you want to see my dog? Is that like an inside joke, maybe? Hello? Like, you want to see my dog and stuff? Like, you just want to come over and hang out with the dog?
Here's Xan's words for a second.
Oh, okay.
More of his words, but his words right now, when he's in the public and he thinks, and when he doesn't have the truth, around him, when he can just sort of bend things to his will. Let's listen to what Xan had to say today. And by the way, here we go, just so you know, just in case he tries to claim that this is a bad faith clipping, this is a 4.5-minute clip.
They're doing the same thing that Keffels did.
This is officially the most fucking Xanderhal I'll have watched all year. Maybe in 2 years total. If you were a Xanderhal guy or gal or non-binary pal before that, if you were a Xanderhaler, or whatever his fan base is called, I'm very sorry. But your guy has been a douche for, the fucking whole time he's been online.
Well, they're not. It's for one, they're defending Keffels, the people going after me. But on top of that,
Oh yeah? We're defending Keffels. That's a real weird thing. That's really weird. It almost seems like he's trying to create an alternate reality. It's honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest, it's very Trumpian. These are communists. They hate America. These are Keffels lovers. You don't understand. They love Keffels.
Maybe that's better in normal speed? Maybe that's a better impression? Hold on. Look. Hey, I have no real dog in the fight.
These are Keffels lovers. You don't understand.
No.
They love Keffels.
It's yeah. It's,
I hope you have a fantastic day.
It's, all right. This is not, I'm not being mean. It exceeds the bar that someone like Jimmy Snow gets on like the Stewie Griffin shit, but it's not much higher than that. But it was much more enjoyable. Barry Bear, give one to Vandale. Thank you. Not Xanderhal was bootleg Bosch. Yeah. Anyway, I strongly believe Xan is narcissistic. You might be. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist.
they are doing the thing Keffels did, where they accuse me of being like immature, childish, drama obsessed. All the while, I'm just doing my own thing, doing my own content.
Okay, but straight up you are, and then you try to do this like tone here where you pretend that you're not doing it or whatever, and that you're like above it or something. But like you engage in it, and then you privately freak out like a little guy. You're a little freak. Everyone knows it. Everybody knows it.
Uploading my own videos, ignoring them, and they're screaming, "He's so obsessed with drama. He can't help himself." It's like,
I hated the Jimmy Snow Stewie voice. Look, do what you want. I think, yeah, do what you want.
so as long as I just don't get
Damn, he really thought that was a zinger. He really thought that was a killer.
Yeah.
Bro, oh, the cringe.
involved, it just
He's
kind of
always
proves
been
itself.
cringe.
Sorry to bring up more drama, but someone said on Twitter that you didn't pay Cherry. Yeah, that was the new drama of the day. I'm imagining that as days go by and this continues to not get anywhere because they're just making shit.
Not getting anywhere, huh? I don't know, right now we have about 3 or 4 times your peak concurrent viewers of your stream watching the truth be exposed right now. And in the coming days, I'm sure that all of the people
That's tough.
in this chat are going to spread this far and wide, as they should. We'll see. Let's take a gamble on that, Xan. You think this is going to go nowhere?
Up about me, they're just going to continue to make more and more insane claims. But for those that don't know, I really don't want to shit talk Cherry, because I don't even really like talking about Cherry all that much because they're not really a public figure. But when Cherry first started working for me, I was in the midst of a strike on YouTube. It was actually I think my 22nd 22nd birthday, like I got a strike from YouTube for my 22nd birthday.
I see what he means.
And at the time, I was doing a live streamed Minecraft event of Tropicraft, and Cherry was in my DMs after that event asking to work for me as an editor.
Oh, damn,
for free,
weird how that works.
so
Weird how it's always on his birthday. Everything bad always happens on his poor birthday. It's on my birthday. This is the kind of thing that only a true stupid child thinks is compelling.
Yeah, what
like,
the fuck?
Just tell me right now, real quick, just give me a show of hands in chat. Do you think it's compelling when someone tries to excuse their rotten behavior by constantly invoking their fucking birthday? Do you think so? Just let me, yes or no. Let me know in chat.
could have the editor work for me as like a thing on their resume because they might want to pursue future, deeper like editing work for bigger institutions, bigger whatever, right? And I was like, well, I can't really afford to pay an editor, and I don't like the idea of having an editor because at the time you got to remember I was with Lonnie and she was pilfering money from my accounts, so I really
Oh wow, such a victim.
didn't have money to pay an editor. So I was like, I don't like that idea, but maybe you can ask me some other time when things are a little better. But I'm in the midst of a strike and I'm not in a good place financially. Cherry's like, no, it's fine. You can pay me when you're able to. I was like, okay, and so that's what we did.
That makes Cherry look good, and you look like an unappreciative asshole.
True. Absolutely.
It's crazy, right? Let's
That's
think back.
pretty much what I was gonna say. Yeah.
The fuck you, fucking fuck. It's your fault. You're the one who's ruined me. I'll tell everyone that it was you who ruined me.
Yeah, dude.
And now Zan's retelling the beginning as if it makes him look good. Cherry said, look, bro, I believe in your show. I believe in what you have. I'll work until you can pay me, okay?
Here's the thing, though. As weird as Cherry has been to me or whatever personally, like, vastly weirder is Xanderhal for all this shit, man. Like, you know, it seems like maybe it was partially because he's fucking freakish to her behind closed doors and, like, maybe was on edge a lot or some shit. I don't know. So, like, I'm blaming her less and less because it just seems like, I mean, he's just an immature fucking loser.
You can pay me in the future. This demonstrates, by the way,
that
Cherry is abundantly kind, abundantly patient, abundantly generous, and was in it for the love of Zan's show.
We started for like
Xerox says Zan's content got 1,000 times better when Cherry was on board. Yeah, because it's Cherry's content functionally. Cherry planned everything for him. Gives him a little file that tells him how to do what he needs to do each day. He fucking slogs himself out of bed, maybe showers if we're lucky, maybe wipes his ass.
the first 3 months or so. Cherry edited pretty minor, like not a ton of stuff.
Oh, Cherry, we haven't got to that one quite yet, but just for the future note, everybody. Cherry says, I'm not sticking around right now, but I want to clarify. Zan claims he paid for my tooth surgery. I literally yesterday scheduled my appointment to get that surgery done. He's either lying or trying to confuse it for a completely different time when he helped me once with my bills. Good to know. We'll keep that in mind for when he brings it up. Wolfgar says, Zan is currently talking to some YouTuber named RK Live. Who's RK?
It's this stream right here. And it's some RK. It's the new editor, I guess. And went literally live on this instead of his main channel so that he could fucking cope post through this, like just big cope, and he's just gonna say, "Look, I'm poor," and it's like, man, that's not her fault.
Oh, this is Ethan. This is his employee. This is his goddamn employee. Who cares? This is Mad Cope.
Super
who
mad
would have
cope.
thought when Zan goes, Igor, quickly, we're having a crisis. I said on stream a bunch of lies and that this wouldn't go anywhere. Quickly, Igor, let's go. We need to make some propaganda quickly. And then Igor was like, yes, Xanderhal, yes.
You can go back and look at how frequent the uploads are back then, and you can see, okay, so that's how much like Cherry was doing. And then as soon as things started to steady out and the strike went away and income kind of recovered from the suppression YouTube puts on your channel, I just immediately started paying Cherry, and it started at $1,500 a month. Mind you, there were no bills or anything for them to pay. And on top of that, I didn't just pay for
He's theming Cherry. Why?
like just salary to Cherry. I also paid for things when it was like an emergency, kind of out of pocket. Most notably, the thing that comes to mind right away.
They? Oh, okay.
There was a problem with Cherry's tooth, probably I think a molar that was bothering them pretty.
So this is just not true. He did not pay for this tooth. Cherry just came in to confirm that this is not the case. And in fact, so he's just a liar.
Frequently. I don't know if you guys have ever had like jaw or tooth pain, like an infection or something. It's apparently awful. Very bad. Like it's apparently miserable.
Hey, by the way, it's really funny how he's trying to flex how nice of a person he is, and yet he doesn't. He seems to totally forget all the times that Cherry fronted money for him, that I fronted money for him, that I drove down and helped him, that fucking Vosh fronted money for him. This guy's had his ass saved 1,000 times, and now he's like, oh yeah, I helped my employee with a bill once. That makes it okay for me to scream and berate them.
Dude, this guy borrows a lot of money. What the fuck? What's he doing all the time? What's going on?
Cherry's pronouns are she, they, yes.
And so
There we go. We were all thinking it.
I think I paid
all
for
trying to
all of the
wonder.
procedure, if I'm not mistaken. And I would love to bring up logs of this, but after just randomly messaging me on my like out of nowhere, mind you,
On
me and
my birthday.
Cherry have been friendly for months and months. Out of nowhere, when DemonMama starts her birthday stream
I'm
on
trying to follow, but Twitch won't let you. Suppressed. I'm being suppressed because I'm a corn. That's what it is. They're anti-corn.
Cherry sends me an angry message, says I'm blocking you before you can block me, as if I was gonna block Cherry. And then sends Balth, my friend, a message saying, I understand if you hate me after this. Like, very cryptically, like, I understand if you hate me after this, but I have nothing against you. And then follows it up with, never mind, you're cucked. I saw you lie about DemonMama by saying she threw Xan under the bus during the Keffels drama. And so I think that's what led to these claims. Mind you, there's definitely a couple months from when Cherry first started working for me that I insisted I owe Cherry for. And Cherry's always been like, no, it's okay, get to it when you want, I'm like, listen, I'm paying you back for that. But that was literally agreed to. Like, there's nothing scandalous here. And I'll still pay Cherry back if they want to, like, unblock me and be like, hey, can you, like, send me $200 for something? I don't know. I can chip away. I can chip away at it. They're doing the same.
All right, we're gonna take a moment now. You all heard.
Chip away at it. Is $1,500 a month appropriate for an editor position? I mean, it depends on how much money you make. Usually it's a percentage of the income or revenue or whatever. Sarah just makes all the money for the thing. I mean, it would be depending on the amount of, like, fucking work you're doing or just how much you can pay. It just depends. I don't know. Like, a professional editor, no. That's a lot of work. That's why Sarah just does it. Otherwise, it'd be me.
He admits he hasn't paid Cherry yet. Yeah, he admits he hasn't paid Cherry yet. Yeah, it's interesting. Right? Fascinating, right? He owes his employee fucking money. And it's not the first time he hasn't paid Cherry money also, because we saw the clips, the evidence of him admitting that he didn't pay in fucking November either. Yeah, it's been 7 months. What do you mean chip away? Notice how he was like, I was happy to just let it be. Of course you were happy to let it be. You owed money to somebody. You fucking abused somebody. Of course you were okay to let it be. We were the ones who took the high road, you fuck.
Been there. Been fucking there, dude. Literally had a similar feeling. Yeah, it does feel like you take the high road when you're like, okay, well, me taking the high road is not dragging your shit out in front of everybody and then having to deal with not talking about it publicly.
All right, let's hear him for himself before we go to the final thing.
Not to mention, I've got multiple people, including my current editor, that can back this up, because
this is, your current editor who is a total toady for you, your personal friend and your employee. Wow, your current editor. Wow. Just so that we're clear, this is a 3-minute clip in case he tries to claim this is out of context. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many receipts here. Xanderhal does this thing where he just, like, takes some smarmy posture, I guess, and just tries to talk his way out of shit, but it just makes him sound fucking weird and cringe. I don't know. This must only work on other guys that have, like, deep denial about themselves.
Ethan and Cherry talked in depth about handing off the work of editing between each other, and there was all an agreement there about how because I have to pay my current editor, who actually has like rent and bills and like a house and like a person, like a girlfriend as well to support, that I have to like pay my current editor a living wage, and I'll pay like the last half of a month of editing that Cherry did for me up until the Keffels drama. The last half of December, November, whenever the Keffels drama happened, I'll pay them back that when I can, but I haven't been able to yet because I got to pay two living wages when my
boo-hoo, boo-hoo, it's all me. I'm so problematic.
Current editor and one to me, and they blocked me before I
I'm such the victim.
could. So I mean,
He says he
I might
doesn't
still be able
need the money though. What?
to send it to him though. Actually,
Buddy,
how fucking Chad would that be though? Because I still have Cherry's Discord. I can still send it, dude. How fucking Chad would that be if even after all this shit?
How Chad would it be if I got caught publicly and then while they're talking about it, I sent part of a payment that I owe her? I don't think it would be.
Would it be
the new editor said he doesn't need his money? Oh.
To pay money that you owed, that you tried to weasel your way out in a shitty contract while somebody was doing work for free? How fucking Chad? How stupid are you? How fucking stupid are you? Do you have an actually broken brain? You fucking slimy weasel shit.
Total weasel. Absolutely.
And all the pettiness, I still send the half a month of editing. Well, to be fair, there was very few uploads, but still, I still count it as half a month of editing work that I consider myself.
He's so nice.
To owe Cherry, by the way. I just still do that anyway. Like a month or two from now, like the drama's died down. There's no reason to do it anymore. I still send it.
There's no reason to do it anymore. A true, pathetic, childish, arrogant moron.
I feel like I should, because I always pay people back. Like whenever
it's like just a petty thing. How does he think this is a W?
I get a loan from somebody or borrow money, anybody else get that?
It would be a Giga Chad move, would it be?
Where when you owe someone money, you cannot relax. Doesn't matter when, where, or what situation you're in or what you're doing, you cannot relax.
Oh, yeah, Xan, I bet you haven't been playing any video games. I bet you haven't been laying around and smoking weed. I bet you haven't been chatting in your Minecraft servers.
Can't borrow money in the first place either. Like, it's like the worst feeling in the world. Like Walter White, like, trying to get money from Gretchen. You just can't do it. It's too much to your...
Did he just compare himself to Walter White?
Right? He's the bad guy.
That is me. Like, my pride is heavily bruised.
Danny, quick, Danny with the fact check. Danny says he claims that there weren't uploads in December. There were 29 uploads in the month of December. Yep, turns out he just lies about everything because he knows he's fucking cooked. I told you last night and I'll tell you again, he knows exactly what happened. He's lying to you, he's lying to everyone. And we're about to hit him.
When I have
With the real
Every day in December almost.
truly owed anybody anything. And so the idea that I would do that, like, it's insane. You can ask anybody who knows me. It's like, to call doing that Chad, though, I mean, to be honest, like, the equivalent of what's happened here is, like, your friend says,
look at his
Screw bucket!
I hope you
Thanks
have
to the
a
40 months. I went to the
fantastic
nuke, but
day.
at least I got to hear Xanderhal call himself Walter White. Thank you for the 40 months.
Chad. It would be Giga Chad. This would be Giga Chad. It would be Giga Chad. It would be Giga Chad. Very Giga Chad. Yarp, 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 or.
hey, you owe me for that dinner we
Leftist landlord versus leftist wage theft. Who will win?
had the other night. Yeah, all good. And then that friend, like, gets into a fight
I
with
made a Minions joke before, but I unironically think that the Minions have more independence than this. At least the Minions got their own little movie.
you if you, like, a
Like independence from having like someone take care of their issues or whatever. Can I just say, in celebration of people handling their business, Sarah handled business today. She had a real adult errands to run today, and she got all cute and she handled those errands, and she didn't even get stressed even a little bit. Baby's big day out. It was great. And she has a e-file now. So she's. Are you buzzing your fingies right now?
while later and cuts you off, and it's like, do I really still owe that friend money? You know what? I'm still.
Yes, they did work for you. You made money off of their work, you fucking piece of shit. Yes, you do. Not
Oh, your game.
only that, you owe them an apology. You owe them groveling at this point.
I agree. You know, people who owe apologies oftentimes don't do it. It's how Chad would it be to apologize to your friends who deserve it and then augment your behavior? That'd be the real Chad move, in my opinion. If your friends were like, "Hey, man, you're doing a bad thing," it would be good for you to listen to them, at least in good faith, even if you disagree. But it would be good to listen. You shouldn't disagree here, though. That's you fucked up. It's not really debatable. You're just wrong.
You made money, profit, and they got nothing.
You're only writing off money. I have never. I mean, usually me and my friends don't give each other money. We do it. We give each other like stuff. Like we'll go to the gas station for each other. Often Dr. Randy does, because he's so generous. Or like we'll buy dinner or whatever, or we'll like get tickets to games or whatever. Like I bought Alex a basketball ticket before. I don't know. He buys weed. We do stuff together. I don't know. It's not. We don't keep tabs. Last time I sent something money was like Alex buying a monitor for me. Oh yeah, I guess I have sent money for like, hey, will you do this thing for me right where you're at? And here's money. Like we'll send each other money if I guess we're buying each other stuff, but that's still stuff. We're just good friends. We're just pals. Anyway, the only other person I've ever had in my life this worried about money like Xanderhal was also probably a narcissist. Isn't that weird? I mean, I stress about money, but not in like a friends to friends way. Only if it was like, some code red ass shit. Hello, Kazi Moo.
Except for abuse from you. Yes.
To give them the money I owe them anyway.
Now you grovel.
Like, that's respectable. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't do that, even if it's the right thing to do, It's true, Xanderhal.
Yeah, anarchist sock dem liberal Xanderhal here. Do I
He did the YouTube check come in. Hey, did the YouTube check? Dude, fuck that shit every time.
really owe someone money if they upset me after they did literal years of work, some of which I openly admit was unpaid? Multiple months when it was hard for me and they kept working?
Does not like owing peeps money. I do not. I don't even like taking a service or anything from people without payment, because then I got that rumble in my tumble all the time of like, I owe someone something. My debts are not paid.
Wow.
Not to mention,
What a noble guy.
I've had enough of his bullshit.
Yeah,
Haven't
me
you?
too.
These were
I'm not from Nebraska.
screenshots taken.
Oh my God. Can you imagine living in Nebraska? No, Nebraska is not a place you live. It's a place you drive through for way too long because it's too long. It's just too lengthy. And it's flat and there's nothing there. It's awful. Fuck Nebraska. Okay?
In the midst of this drama, in the midst of him wanting to nuke Keffels over a fight that he started, okay? All right? And I want you to understand, when all of us, when me, Cherry, White Nervosa, and everyone else tell you that Xanderhal had lost his goddamn mind, was freaking out on everyone, this should be the definitive proof for you, okay? I'm serious. And if none of the other things are convincing for you, I hope this will be.
It's cold.
Little Donnie fun. Thanks for following.
Let's take a look. I hate all of them, Cherry. I want all of them to die. I would kill Keffels in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even shoot her. I'd beat her to death with the gun. Cherry, Cherry says, "You're not in a good mental state." Xanderhal replies, "I will kill her. What's her address? I want her address. I want to know where she's at."
All right, hold on. I didn't know this was gonna happen. So, that's pretty extreme stuff. That's pretty fucking weird. Like that's actually like borderline illegal. Pretty unhinged shit. Like if Keffels, I don't know, man. If Keffels wanted to, and say what you will about Keffels, but I don't think this is warranted. Better believe Keffels will make a video about that shit, though, huh? Maybe two. Let's go. But Keffels really could file a report for that. It isn't wrong. It isn't right. But, like, this is what I was going to... Like, this is nuts.
Cherry says, "She's in Ireland. It's not public. Please stop. You're spiraling." Xander says, "Someone has to die for this. I will never be happy until someone has died for this. Ideally, Keffels." Cherry says, "Xander, her career is going to die."
Dude. You gotta fucking relax. Insane. What was it even over?
And it gets worse. Xanderhal says, "And Velvet. And her fucking orbiters. I have to kill her. Really kill her. Really stop her heart." Cherry says, "Xan, fucking stop. Calm down. Stop, please." And Xan says, "Okay."
Dude, so dramatic. What a fucking psycho, dude.
Now I'm gonna let you just marinate with those for a second as I post these receipts.
Yeah, nutty.
Now I have to tell you about something else that I cannot provide a receipt for, okay? And this is in the same thread of this, but unfortunately this happened over a voice call, but I hope that you will understand when I tell you. This one, I can't prove that this one happened. You're just gonna have to believe in my accounting of the events, and this is my accounting of the events, okay? As they were told to me in December, okay? But I hope that what I provided here will prove to you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This one I don't have a receipt for because this one occurred over a voice call with Cherry, which I obviously could not have a recording of, and neither could Cherry. And that is that at around this time, Xanderhal was screaming expletives at Cherry, was threatening to kill himself, and was threatening to kill his own family members.
Jesus.
With a gun that he owns.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, this is like real bullshit, man. This is real fucked up shit. Yeah, without receipts, I don't know if you can charge, but I mean, like, it's definitely warrants a fucking, like, attention, right? Pretty weird shit, man.
Now, at that point in time,
having seen those messages, I actually think it's a little not great he has guns. Yeah, I mean, who fucking knows? I mean, it could get pretty bad if he's, like, prone to fits of anger and spiraling and shit. Jeez, man.
I was dispatched to go attempt to do a wellness check on him. And both myself and my partner climbed in the car and drove over to the address that he had provided to Cherry. As it turns out, he had provided an incorrect address to Cherry.
Jesus.
And we didn't know this, so we waited there at the wrong address that he had provided to Cherry, hoping to be able to do a wellness check on him.
Oh,
now,
great.
thankfully, shortly after that, he seemed to have calmed down. He went to lunch with his mother and seemed almost as if it never had happened at all.
Uh-oh.
Later that night, he was freaking out again. And we went and checked again. And we found out that this was the wrong address and that he had not provided the correct address to Cherry. Now, of course, in neither of these circumstances did he actually engage in any violent behavior, thankfully. But he did, indeed, threaten this behavior towards people on his team and in his friend group. This, of course, occurred in addition to his recorded threatening of Keffels and her friends.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's like, it's reasonable to not be comfortable with that and to expect him to, at minimum, get some fucking help. But, like, you'd hope some contrition were on the other side of that, right? Like, if Xan is wrong here, which obviously is the case, if it's actually one of those things where you're like, oh, I was having a mental breakdown or whatever, then you apologize to your friends, okay? And you might, that's fucking crazy shit, so you might burn every bridge anyway, but you still, they deserve, if you actually believe what you did was wrong, they deserve that, and that'd be the way toward that. But he doesn't give a fuck. It seems like he's a petty little bitch. 100% on team DemonMama and Cherry right now.
By name.
And forever, I think, in this case. Like, this is obviously, Xanderhal is a bag of shit.
Explicitly asking for docs. Now, in both cases, he did indeed calm the hell down. But it took a lot of work from the people close to him. I do not believe that any of these were real threats, okay? I don't think that he was actually ever once threatening to do violence, okay? And the reason why I believe that is because nothing even remotely close to it ever happened. What I believe he was trying to do was to control others. And this is precisely why the friendships with his editor, with the proprietor of his website, with myself, and with many others ended. Because we were tired of being subjected to his insanity. We were tired of being subjected to his abuse, which he is now denying on the internet. For real? Is this for real? I need a clip of that, Mr. Unfamiliar. Is that true?
What did Mr. Unfamiliar say? Ethan just showed Cherry's real name on the stream? No fucking way. You mean the fucking... We're talking about the fucking editor? I'm glad I didn't watch that fucking stream. On this stream right here that I have up, which I'm not going to watch now because it might dox some motherfuckers, but apparently Cherry.
You once said, I'm familiar with the entire reason why everyone said, we're done with Xan, we're out of here. Why everyone said, if this guy can fucking go do his own thing, we don't care. If this asshole wants to go play Minecraft and yell about Joe Biden, whatever. But nobody wanted to associate with him anymore. Nobody trusted him anymore. Now you know exactly why. Remember how I told you in my last stream, which goes way more into detail on everything that happened? White Nervosa says, I do quite dislike drama, but we are here. Thread. Xanderhal's emotional manipulation and outright abuse are the reason I got directly involved. I frankly do not care and have described the situation as two arslers fighting. After causing multiple emotional breakdowns, allow me. Xan's apology stream was an hour of the shoe drama to establish he's a victim. By the way, this what White Nervosa is referring to here is the drama that Xanderhal was freaking out about. Okay? The drama that drove him to saying insane things in order to try to manipulate Cherry. And what he wanted to manipulate Cherry to do, he wanted to manipulate Cherry to release information that was not yet ready to be released, that was not yet able to be fully verified and not yet able to be released safely.
Okay.
Xan's apology stream was an hour of the Shu drama to establish he's a victim. He says staying friends with Shu isn't the problem. The problem is the flippant disregard for what Shu did. This is talking about the drama. He never shows where Keffels did this. Xanderhal tried to get permission to leak someone else's DMs between them and Keffels. They said no. He proceeded to emotionally abuse and manipulate them until they had multiple breakdowns. I told him that I'd raise the issue with White Forest and we would possibly drop him if he did not get consent to release those. He justifies by saying that they were a complicit asshole. I witnessed this behavior myself. I saw this with my own eyes.
This is hard to follow because we're not a drama channel. So I'm going to use context clues and just say that we're seeing repeated behavior.
He says that it was blackmail and that this is what he means. The nuke, quote unquote, that he has on Keffels is overwhelmingly private statements and not public behavior, ignoring the stuff not involving Keffels at all in it. On the other hand, he told multiple people if he isn't able to leak someone else's DMs to make the haters eat their words, he would delete all social media on December 22nd, 2023. This is another threat that he made to us and his employees, saying, I'm just going to delete everything. Then you just want me to delete everything. Fine, I'll disappear. I'll delete my channel. I'm deleting it tomorrow.
A drama queen, dude.
That call, I said that it would be a better choice than violating someone else's consent to own the haters. That call is recorded. It is up to White Nervosa if White Nervosa decides to release that call recording, but that call was recorded. The busy week we had prior to the stream on December 27th was him playing video games to escape. I tried with two others to talk him down. He left abruptly. One person concluded he was bluffing. They were correct. I'm not rolling in the mud with this, and I will simply release receipts without comment if he contests any of this information, which is where I am as well at a very different point in time. Mind that he cannot simply stop talking to someone. He must publicly attempt to drag them and have the crowd follow. Is this not exactly what is happening now?
The dates on this are from December when this was happening.
Is that not exactly what's happening? In my last stream, last night, I proved that he was doing this. That all the way back in May, he was trying to shit-talk me about this specific situation. That he was trying to drag my name in the mud when I hadn't said shit about him. We went our own way after his insane behavior. I was ready to move on with my life for real. We showed that clip with the date and everything. To quote Xan, for the safety of those involved, I won't release it. He is entirely aware and simply does not care. To call him a selfish man-child would ignore the malicious abuse. His lack of care to the point that he would leak DMs to hurt someone else to spite others. And here is the screenshot of that. White Nervosa says, hi there, Xan. I want to make it known to everyone here now that there was no talk, blank, and I about your site status. We had a call today that was not recorded where I explicitly told you that you should wait. Nothing would be held against you, and you should get blank's consent to leak DMs. Within a few hours, you changed your mind in a call that was just recorded. You justified leaking because blank was a complicit asshole. In response, I said if you leak it without consent, you'd be dropped. Keep in mind that the complicit asshole was somebody who was severely worried about being doxxed. You've since accused of blackmail to blank. That is where we are at this moment. Sorry, Xanderhal says, sorry, not blackmail, but threatening my income. It worked. I'm just going to drop the whole Keffels thing. He didn't. I see how it is. I got the message. Even at this point, at this degree, he was still going.
So I'm not 100% privy on the Keffels drama, but like, I assume it has to do with just the Keffels drama sphere in general, and he's caught in it. Like, and he's making himself part of it, and it's driving a wedge in this part of lefty-ish tube that I don't fuck with very much. Yeah, this is why I do not follow streamer drama. Well, as the beef court judge, I mean, it is my duty to reside over this kind of thing, of course.
For what it's worth, none of us thought that he was saying anything real. It was an untreated mental breakdown that he was completely unwilling to own. He didn't do anything. He literally just sat in his basement playing Minecraft. So, yeah, we didn't feel there was any need to make people scared for no reason when he was just fucking saying whatever. And when I say he was saying whatever, he was screaming shit at Cherry. He was screaming shit all over the place. He was dumping up his garbage. We showed the one with Mango, right? Where Mango said, hey, buddy. And then he was like, I bet that Cherry is shit-talking me all over the internet right now. He was completely out of his mind.
Yeah, fucking that's some pretty anxious shit going
Unfortunately,
on.
he can't own when he fucks up. He can't own when he was out of line. He can't own.
Keffels used GoFundMe money to do meth? So she stole GoFundMe money?
Kean the Astronomer says, I just checked Zan's YouTube. His videos from that time, half of all the videos marked 7 months ago, would be very roughly about 200,000 views worth of unpaid labor. Yep.
Not contesting that, but it was a separate drama. Hilarious. Sorry, the GoFundMe theft meth drama was actually not the drama that Xanderhal was talking about. Oops. Anyway, so we went to Sonic today and got cherry limeades, and that's the most drama that we went through today. Can we just talk about how worm-like it is to be streaming at the beginning of this when DemonMama went live, Xanderhal was live, and then went offline, and then went live on an account nobody has ever fucking heard of, his new editor, to go do a cope stream? How? And on his birthday, no less? I don't know if it is.
I'm far more prepared for getting lied about and slandered.
Is there anything else?
I mean, I've gone through this several times before, famously, but
Yeah, it's still his birthday. It's his second birthday, guys.
I feel like I've kind of gotten inoculated to it a lot more at this Fools drama. At this point, I would have been like, oh, like freaking out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love to see. DemonMama hasn't shown much on stream. The TLDR of what she's shown was you having a breakdown on Cherry because,
Do you agree with that?
which is something Cherry
Do we agree with that, chat?
to me. It went and deleted her messages to avoid it being shown.
Breaking down about money was Cherry's, like, weekly routine.
Yeah, exactly. So then to couple that with, she then shows you
Very freaked out about money was Cherry's weekly, but that was your shit. That wasn't Cherry.
saying that you wish to harm Keffels. Obviously, you said more than that.
Velvet, you can hit me up on Discord. Just add me on Discord. We'll talk.
I can't say that verbally because of YouTube reasons, right? Which I honestly do not think is the most unreasonable thing for a person to say in private to their friend during a mental breakdown about a person.
You didn't characterize it as a mental breakdown. You characterized it as random friend stuff. You were screaming and abusing Cherry. You did this multiple times. You slimy piece of shit. Notice his minion saying all this for him.
To be clear here, to be very, very clear here, if you think
He didn't see it as a breakdown then either. He defended himself. He's defended himself for 7 months. When we watched a clip from May, he was still defending himself. Now all of a sudden it's a breakdown.
Yeah, I think it's unreasonable. Is there anything specific that I should be watching after this, or is it just going to be rehashing? Because I'm firmly not Team Zan. I wasn't before, but I mean, like, I'm not. Frankly, you know, it's not like me and DemonMama like hang out or anything. Like, there's a lot of stream crosstalk, right? I'm asking, what's the juice here? This is when your stream started, right? This is why I'm asking, because this is about, like, I had heard Sarah in the other room kind of paying attention to it. And then I was watching baseball.
Do you think that's the same thing?
You can edit that announcement to see, like, Zan absolutely vented, like, just say vented, like, fantasizing or something, because, like, I wasn't actually, obviously.
Oh, he's trying to
don't,
spin
like,
it right now. Why are you spinning it live, dude? You're recording yourself. Holy shit, he's recording himself telling Ethan how to spin the message so it makes him sound better. Dude, this is DSP behavior. What the fuck?
Frame it that way. I don't want the cops called to my house. I'm not serious. Also, threatening extreme violence is not real. Like, venting about somebody that you hate.
He's trying to post things from the Keffels leak as if that addresses anything that was said here. What an insane, dishonest snake. And let me tell you real quick.
He does a left thing at one point. What the fuck?
You're watching it in fucking 1080p. I wish I could say 4K, but we don't got a 4K setup. You're watching it in 1080p right here because this is the anti-gaslighting zone. I'm tired of the fucking bullshit. You saw it here, recorded live. You just watched him try to spin to his audience.
I agree that he's doing that. What is her address? I want to murder her. No, that isn't real. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
He made death threats to Brown.
That is way too, like, and not just that, but like he spams that kind of shit. It's not like, it doesn't seem like a clever jape, right? He's not like, and I'm gonna kill her in Minecraft. Like, you know, it's not, there's no like subterfuge, there's no subtext. He's just like, I want to kill, blood. Like, fucking relax. Saying I hope someone dies very different to say, what's her docs? Right? Holy shit.
Little weasel. I have a question. If someone makes death threats against someone mocking a rape victim, do you really care? Like, let's say he did, because they weren't death threats. But let's say he did. Are we suddenly seeing the defense of, like, mocking rape victims all of a sudden because you guys like Keffels that fucking much?
Who's defended Keffels? I did a whole fucking video. Talking about my issues with Keffels and everything that happened with that.
I don't think it matters, man. I don't think violence like that is warranted. Like, the only time I'm gonna be down for that kind of thing is like when you're talking revolution, son, and I don't think that's really what was happening here. This is This is weird though. But like, he was getting weird with Cherry also. Like this is the problem.
Time. I verified everything.
I don't think it's that they like Keffels. I think it's that the framing is that like Cherry has a pretty high amount of goodwill. I've always like spoken very positively
No, you know what?
The
This is ridiculous.
framing
of them as a
They were you don't threaten to violently beat someone to death. I think you got to take a close look at like literally everything that happened after the Trump shooting. Obviously, Keffels isn't as bad as Trump, but she mocked
Bro,
victims,
what?
pocketed $100K that was supposed to go for police brutality, and doxed people.
Bro, what? Okay,
Like, I don't
all right,
think-
listen, at this, we're listening to this. Let's watch the spin in real time, shall we?
What?
This is just gonna validate. I'm telling you, let's watch the spin in real time. Holy shit.
Saying something in private during a mental breakdown that is saying you wish violence on them is actually all that fucking bad. And you're moral frogging. You're not.
Moral frogging. Are you? Holy shit, is this real? Is this real life?
moral frogging isn't. I mean, the language that we're using here has some like fucking particularly bad vibes. It's a dumb meme term. No, I know. I mean, I know what it means. I'm saying I mean, it's it's a permutation of a different kind of moral F slurring. It's Pepe posting. Yeah, exactly. This is I mean, I'm getting fucking 4chan vibes, bro.
Serious, you don't believe this. If someone on Twitter said that, someone laughed at a rape victim, I hope they get hit by a car, you wouldn't think they're a bad person. You really wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, you are my current editor, and I feel like if I was abusive, you would probably
Sam's-
not be
Bazinga.
begging to come on the stream and be like, let me get at this motherfucker.
The bazinga shit. I mean, I guess we all have our memes. Okay. Now I'm asking questions about stream lore. Okay. You guys are like, why is he in the corn? And I'm not going to tell you. I got to know about the bazinga stuff. My
I
mom.
thought Jake was fucking hot.
My mom unironically likes the Big Bang Theory. Said the man in the corner. Exactly. Yeah.
Keep in mind, Cherry, for so long.
Explain cumps with no context. No.
The reason,
really, like-
the reason I'm on the stream is because Cherry's lying
Refuse.
about shit she has done to me.
Prove it! You can't!
I
Why the fuck are
refuse.
you fixating on Cherry anyway? I'm the one who fucking brought this shit forward because you're a fucking liar.
The guy I pay is on my side. I do not
to be
need
fair,
I do not need
think-
Xander's money. I do not need
but the
Xander's money.
accusation-
The great thing about watching this on a slight delay is that we can pause, and I can just remind you that you all just watched live. Even if they delete this VOD, you watched live as Xanderhal tried to coach his editor how to spin the story to make him look better. We watched him make a tweet that says, addressing all allegations, and then putting in 2 random images from the Keffel situation that literally don't say anything to do with what I brought up today.
Why would you go live and try to coach your editor at the same time? It's so weird. He just wants to try to be in control of the conversation while he's got a guy there sitting in a chair.
Well, yeah,
I won't go into why, but I do not need Xander's money. Okay.
But also,
I won't go into why, but I don't need Xander's money. Okay, cool. Bitcoin guy or something?
also, to
That makes it even more sad. That makes you even more of a minion.
I
That makes
agree.
you even more of a goon.
I agree.
be clear though, the accusation is that I did not pay my editor, and I very clearly.
No, bro. The accusation is that you were an abusive freak who alienated all your friends and then tried to birthday boy in public while besmirching the names of people who cared for you when you were down. That's the accusation. In addition, you made
True.
deranged threats at people. In addition, you didn't pay your employees. That's the accusation. The accusation is that you're a fucking distrustworthy piece of shit who lies endlessly, who literally cannot conceive of a world where you are not 100% in the correct. That's the accusation. Get it straight. Don't get it twisted.
pay my editors.
Yeah, everything Keffel's saying is complete fucking bullshit to you guys. She's claiming she was not Keffel's. Everything Cherry's saying is complete bullshit. Claiming she's not being paid. Here are the PayPal receipts. Claiming that while Xander did have a breakdown on Keffel's about money because Xander was trying to get
Zan, you admitted yourself that you didn't pay Cherry. What are you talking about? We just watched you admit that you didn't pay Cherry. We just watched you admit that it would be Giga Chad for you to actually pay Cherry, even though
It would be very Giga Chad for him to pay way too late.
you don't have to because she was mean to you, in your opinion. We watched it. It's in this video. There are 1,766 people watching this live. Just witness the level of gaslighting. I want you to see.
So if you'd like to watch the full video, the link was in the chat earlier, and you can go get DemonMama on the YouTubes and check it out if you want a more deep dive. But I mean, like, Xanderhal kid has always been a goofball. Seemed a little bit like entitled to a lot of the stuff. Thought he was somebody, when it's like, man, you got to realize that you're just a YouTuber or whatever. Like when I worked at McDonald's, I had a peer. We were both managers at McDonald's, right? Not a prestigious title. Just kind of where you are when you're there. And, you got to clean. It's a restaurant. It gets dirty. You got to clean. I had a manager at the McDonald's tell me, she looks at me and goes, I'm a manager. I don't need to sweep. So you sweep or somebody else sweep. But I'm not sweeping. I'm a manager now. And it's just like, you gotta understand where you're fucking at, man. You gotta understand, you have to have self-awareness of who you fucking are before you can pretend to, like, big dog anybody or something. And I don't know. There's always this kind of air. And he's like that with people in private, obviously. It's fucking weird, man. Where he just has to, like, command shit around. The beef court decides that Xanderhal is guilty. Wrong. You're wrong. Gavel. Gavel noise.